How have you been? It's been a while, apparently. Maybe? I don't know. You might have just binged all the other episodes and just joined us. So if so, hi. Maybe get some water, you mad bastard. So today I'm joined by my regular host, Patrick.
Hello.
There he is. Look at him. He's all happy with his headset. And because I bullied him, Egerton.
Good evening.
There we go. Look at him, I'm so happy. Look at him so happy. Yeah, so today, because as of recording, last night we had the first day of DC Fandome, which was the online alternate Comic-Con thing that DC did for themselves. That's covered films, TVs, comics, and games. A few games that we all knew were coming, but hey, we got to see them. And demo for at least one of them, which looks cool. So we're going to talk about this. It's going to be fun. I know far too much. Patrick knows some, and Egerton knows. Patrick, Egerton, you know who Batman is, yeah?
What's that?
I'll take that as a yes. That just horrible struggle. So yeah, let's just dive into it. So let's start with the films. Films easy enough. I think the one which got the biggest crowd draw, other than Batman, was Justice League. So Justice League released about 3 years ago now, and it was.
Was it 3 years?
Nearly, mate. It's like 2017, I think. In fact, let's just Google
It feels
that.
longer. It feels long.
Okay, so yeah, November 17th, 2017.
3 years.
So 3
Just
years.
under 3 years.
So 3 years. So that movie got
It feels
released.
longer.
Yeah, it does. But that's because, like, the movie died, and then the Snyder Cut, hashtag Snyder Cut came out. So for those who don't understand that, aka Egerton, the movie originally, so it's supposed to be the third movie of Man of Steel, Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice. Just like originally part one, but then they made it one movie. I like the first two, which was directed by Zack Snyder. Varying degree, depending on what you like. Some people hate those movies, some people like. I like some movies. I thought Ben Affleck was actually a good Batman. But halfway through production, he had to leave. Tragically, I believe his stepdaughter died. Very, very sad. No one's holding against him. Like, completely honestly, if you're going to leave, it's a very, very good reason. Be with your family. Heart goes out to him.
Yeah.
In stepped Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon, as we know, directed Avengers, Age of Ultron. I almost said Infinity War. So close to Infinity War. He didn't do that one.
He didn't do the first one, did he?
Yeah, Avengers and Age of Ultron.
Oh, and Age of Ultron? Ah, right.
Yes. And yeah, he came on. The film got released. And then we had to deal with so much stuff. The movie was just all over the place. Henry Cavill, if you've seen the last Mission Impossible movie, had facial hair slightly like mine. And they had to CG it out, completely. So he had this weird rubber face thing going on.
Wait. They CG'd out his beard.
Yes, mustache gate. Sorry, yeah, this whole thing. They had to CGI out his facial hair. It was terrible. He looks shit on it. It's like his face is always like his lips just is.
What? Why didn't he just shave it?
Because he couldn't. Because he's making Mission Impossible.
Oh, right. He needed it for Mission Impossible. Right. Sorry.
So,
I thought you meant the other way around there.
No. They didn't see it. So yeah, movie got released. It is one of the worst, like, reviewed and worst just financially for DC's movies, and that's including Justice League. Not just like that, Suicide Squad, which is also a shit show. But then afterwards, like, oh no, Zack Snyder came out. Oh yeah, but there's all this like 2 or 3 hours worth of footage that I've shot could be edited to get into a new movie. Maybe. Therefore, we got hashtag release Snyder Cut. People flew a plane over Comic-Con with a message release Snyder Cut. They took out a couple of billboards in Times Square, released the Snyder Cut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did this whole, like, I think it was Indiegogo, a campaign to keep the main money for it. Half of it was going to go to advertising to get released, and the other half was going to suicide awareness charities because of the tragedy that Zack Snyder did go through. So last year, the end of last year, beginning of this year, it's like, oh yeah, we're getting it. He can't film anything else. He can only use existing footage, CGI to tweak everything, and actors coming back to do voice recordings. So first thing we got to see was that trailer, which just opened up with Darkseid. Darkseid, for anyone who hasn't seen the film, wasn't in the movie at all. And
I mean, sorry, just in
he's mentioned once.
Yeah, in Dawn of Justice, he mentions him at the end of the thing.
Oh no. He doesn't mention, but it's more of alluded to. That's who it's supposed to be.
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of stuff from Dawn, just like the nightmare sequence of that setup and Flash's time travel, etc., etc. Egerton looking on webcam going, yes, I understand that. That's a movie I've totally seen.
No.
Don't ask me any questions. But
I'm certainly in.
Like all the stuff that we've seen in that trailer looks to be new footage. Well, most of it. Those bits here and there look like they were recycled, but the ones that were recycled still look new because the character Stephen Wolf is completely different. It doesn't look like it's just a shit, crappy CGI villain, which he was in the original movie. So
no matter how many times I look at Stephen Wolf, I just keep seeing that the big bad from Suicide Squad because like they just look so similar.
The brother with the fire and shit. Oh yeah, by the way, because this is happening, we now have #the ire cut of Suicide Squad. That's its own thing. It might happen. So this movie is going to be 4 hours long. Literally, this is
4 hours.
Yeah, so this is it's being released on HBO Max as a mini-series, 1 hour episodes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically going to be a 4-hour movie, but they're setting it up. But yeah, it looks cool. It's like I just liked it. It's like I wasn't the biggest fan of like Man of Steel was alright. It was grand. The ending was shit. Henry Cavill Superman was always a bit for me. Love him in The Witcher, love him Mission Impossible, and all those ones. Not a big fan of his Superman.
Man from Uncle.
That was actually quite fun, yeah. Dawn of Justice, he was alright.
Kind of there.
But Ben Affleck's Batman was fucking brilliant. The warehouse fight and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, fun. Jeremy Irons being sassy Alfred, that was fun. Getting more of all that, it's like, I kind of want to see it. Also, getting to see this guy finish a movie that he started and had to step away from for very tragic reasons. It must be very cathartic for him to come back and do it. So that was fun. Patrick, you watched the trailer like an hour ago?
Yes.
Yeah, so you understand of just the dark side's there with the fucking axe.
I mean, before anything else about that trailer, I'm just sitting here thinking, is that how this song usually goes? Hallelujah? Or they just
okay. This is the bit that made me laugh, right? That song has been used in a different Zack Snyder movie. And I immediately went, oh no, it's that version. Have you seen Watchmen?
No.
Okay, so there's a sex scene between 2 characters.
I'll be with you in just a second. Sorry, I've been called.
Oh, you have fun. Awkward. Oh no, please run before you enter this awkward bit of the conversation. So that song is played over a sex scene where a man who's been impotent gets some. It's like, hallelujah, thrusting and sweaty and shit. It's like, hallelujah. I'm watching it going, that's the same song, Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing, obviously that first question is like, is this a different version? But also it's like, I feel like there's something appropriate about this being the song, and since like, hallelujah, you're finally getting the Snyder cut. But just Dark Side.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Stephen Wolf just looks so bloody metal now. I mean, it's just like, I mean, he looks more imposing for the simple fact that he's a bit taller, but also a bit thinner from what I remember.
And also spiky as shit. So
yes,
we've also
very
got
spiky.
So we can't keep Tom and Snyder cut for this entire time because
Can't we?
I mean, we can. There's only so much we can talk about, you know. But yeah, all new footage looks cool.
Welcome back.
Hi, Egerton. Welcome back. It looks cool. I will watch it, even if it's not going to be good. I'm just happy the man got to finish the movie. You know. So then we got the other films. So I've got a list here. We got a quick behind the scenes of the new Suicide Squad movie, the Suicide Squad movie, the Suicide Squad. By,
what was that versus? Sorry, Kills.
No. This is the film, not the game. We'll get to the game later. So 2 Suicide Squad things got announced: a film and a game. But the film is by James Gunn. He's the guy who directed Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and Slither, and Super. That was a weird movie. Shut Up, Crime. Rainn Wilson just
Oh,
beating
that
people with a
one,
wrench. Yeah, he's now doing a Suicide Squad movie, which has been described as a war movie with exploding genitals. It looks... It's going to be fucking mad. Come on. You've got the return of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. You've got Captain Boomerang back. Weirdly enough, they got most of the cast back from the first movie. The first movie, piece of shit. I like it.
Did they get Will Smith?
I thought of it. No, but he's not dead. He's just not in the movie. The bad guy is Idris Elba, though, so that's always it. Yay.
Idris Elba.
Everyone loves Idris Elba. Come on, yeah. It looks fun. Taika Waititi supposedly has a role in it, but very,
Who?
Every time I mention this guy, this seems like who? Taika Waititi.
Oh, I know the name.
He is a New Zealand actor / director. He's in Jojo Rabbit. He played Hitler.
Ah, yes, him.
There we go. He also wrote and directed it. Every time I bring it up, it's like, who? It's like,
I saw Jojo Rabbit recently, and I was just thinking, oh, why do I know that name?
He was Hitler. That shouldn't be said with a smile on his face. It also has John Cena. I don't know why. That was just John Cena.
Out of all people, John Cena.
I mean, he's actually quite funny. That's like, I don't mind. He's one of those people.
Yeah,
he's went from wrestling to acting. It's like, you know what?
I mean, work for The Rock,
and you're quite funny. Okay, we're moving on very quickly to The Rock because we didn't get a trailer. We got a concept trailer. So this is a bunch of concept art put together in an animated fashion to show the Black Adam movie, which The Rock has been cast in forever. This is so. Those who don't know, Black Adam is Shazam's nemesis. Shazam we got the other year. That was a funny movie. The Rock is Black Adam, and he's just big, powerful, mad. It seems like the film's going to take place in 2 time periods. In the past, a few thousand years ago, back when he first gets the power from the wizard Shazam. Yes, that's how they get the powers. And possibly either, I want to say the modern day, because they have the JSA here, the Justice Society of America. Not the Justice League, but what came beforehand, which include Hawkman, yay, and Dr. Fate, double yay, because I fucking love Dr. Fate. He's great. And the whole thing is just, it's just got The Rock, like, you know, narrating the whole thing. And it's like, you get to see concept art of him in costume. It's like, this movie's probably 2 or 3 years away, but fuck, it's gonna be fun. Just watch The Rock play a bad guy. He's not a hero in this. Anti-hero maybe, but it's like they stand for truth, justice, prepare for truth, justice, in the Black Adam way. It's like, Jesus.
The last villain I can remember The Rock playing was the Scorpion King, and well, I mean,
the last one I remember is Sarge from Doom. Semper Fi, motherfucker.
I mean,
he was the villain in that.
Yeah, he was the villain, but he didn't start off as the villain. I mean, sort of.
He's got a face for villains, but he's played a lot of heroes. That's kind of a saving grace. He can play both really well.
Yeah, he can.
So moving on from that, we got the announcement / title for the Shazam 2. Shazam, that was a very family friendly one because it's about a young boy who gets powers from a wizard, says his name, Shazam, turns into an adult superhero. It was actually really fun, and out of all the live action DC things, like, you're the one I had the most fun with because you're just sweet and lovely. It's like, yay! It's called Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods, and that's all we know about it so far. Other than eventually we're going to watch The Rock beat the shit out of this guy, and it's going to be really sad. Think of the way, you see Tom Holland Spider-Man, and then you see that Venom. You know they're eventually going to fight, and you're like, no, but I don't want that tiny little thing broken. It's like that. But DC and capes and lightning. Lots of lightning. Surprising amounts of lightning. Then we can talk about the other thing, which will involve lightning. The Flash. Flash finally getting his own movie. Still, I think they are still... after all his stuff last year, Egerton, Ezra Miller, the actor, he, on camera, choked a fan to the ground while screaming the words, "Do you want to fight?" And it was he strangled a woman to the ground in front of a bar, and it was a whole thing.
What?
Yeah, but apparently he's still playing the character. So we know it's going to be based on Flashpoint, which is Flash goes back in time, tries to stop his mother from dying, creates an alternate reality. Ben Affleck has confirmed, that's the big part, Ben Affleck's confirmed the return as Batman, which is like, do you know what? Yeah, you deserve another crack at the character. You were great in Dawn of Justice.
Which Batman?
as his Batman. Shut up for a second.
Okay.
The other question would have been the other actor I'm about to mention, because the other actor who's currently getting a role as Batman, and I think it's more or less confirmed by the concept art we've seen, this would be a Batman I know Egerton will sing. So you get the concept art, and there's the Flash about to fight someone, and Batman is standing behind him. But it's not Ben Affleck's Batman. It's the Batman who appeared in the 1989 Tim Burton Batman. Because Michael Keaton might be coming back as Batman, and it's like, in costume and everything. It's like, oh, yay! Egerton, please tell me you've at least seen the Tim Burton movies. Michael Keaton with the neck and Jack Nicholson as Joker. Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
I probably have seen
Walken.
Christopher Walken. Come on.
I probably have seen it, but my memory is rubbish.
Okay, then this might help. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman in that costume, which how does it's sexy and all, but how did she breathe? It looks like just like swelling.
Did that suit have zips? Because I know
I think I heard a rumor that she was physically sewn into it every day.
Sewn into it.
Yeah, it's like very, very sexy, which does not look comfortable at all. Jesus Christ, that's a horrible mental image. Just Michelle Pfeiffer like, no, stop, I can't breathe. 3 more inches. Oh my God, why? Of course, there's 2 other ones. We've got 2 trailers. We've got 2 trailers for actual films that are coming out, that are in production, that we will see soon. They aren't just concept or behind-the-scenes stuff. And that was, let's start with Wonder Woman 1984. This is a sequel to Wonder Woman, but it's also a prequel to everything else because it's set in the 80s. And it looks fine. Which I'm not, I don't know why. I have no interest in this movie.
Correct me. Is Silver Swan in that, or am I thinking of Black Widow?
Silver Swan?
I know, it's just something like Silver.
Fuck, Silver Swan.
What's the name of the villain that's in it?
Batman. Sorry, no, that wasn't it. Sorry, that was my mother's Batman on it. No, okay, so what? Okay, so the Black Widow.
I heard
movie
that name floating around.
Okay, stop. Black Widow movie has Taskmaster as the bad guy.
Right.
And this one has Maxwell Lord, played by, oh my God, I forgot his name. Shit. He plays Oberon in Game of Thrones. He's in everything these days. He's in Narcos. He was in...
Mandalorian.
He's the Mandalorian. Him. Oh, he's the bad guy in it with Cheetah. Her name is Cheetah. I don't lie, that's one of the reasons I'm most disappointed. No, 2 of the reasons I'm disappointed. Cheetah looks crap. It's like her character in the comics is, I am cursed to be a feral, cheetah-like woman. And then she's kind of crappy CGI-looking thing. I didn't like it. It was just, And also, her big gold, like Wonder Woman's golden suit with the wings, is like, look, I know exactly. That is from one of the best comics ever painted by Alex Ross. That's Kingdom Come's warrior outfit. And looks shite. Because it's all CGI and shiny, and it's like... Though Chris Pine back as Steve Trevor looks great because he always makes a good movie. He was a very good Captain Kirk, and he was great in the first movie. When he then died. Spoiler for Egerton, who I know haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, the thing over my head is, why is he in? Is she hallucinating or?
No, he's in the movie because you see him do action scenes and things and interact with people, but. It's probably like he'll be dead again at the end of the movie because either wish or some mystical tomfoolery or bullshit. It's good to see him.
Or he Captain America did.
America. Another Steve dying in a world war to come back later? Okay, last one, and the best trailer. The one I know Patrick literally just watched. Well, no, he didn't watch last night, I think, but also still.
Yes.
And that's for the Batman. Oh. Robert Pattinson as Batman. Everyone's had, some people had some real it's the guy from Twilight. Who fucking who? But that first trailer just looks fucking awesome.
Plus he has the jawline.
He does have a jawline for it. Heavy. Because I'm taking you just nodding away. Yep. Sounds great. Robert Pattinson, English actor playing another British actor playing Batman.
I was just like, when you said Robert Pattinson, I was just like,
Seriously though, he looks good in costume.
Really? From Twilight?
Okay, that is the face of someone who has not watched The Lighthouse. Watch Lighthouse. That is a weird, amazing movie. Also, if they want to do a reunion, Willem Dafoe would be a really good Joker. Just saying, man. So,
I mean, just before we go on, what else is Robert Pattinson aside from Lighthouse?
Oh man, he's been in fucking tons of things, but it'd be a long slog to go through all the films that he's been in.
I mean, but just throw a few because I'm just trying to.
Oh come on! I was at Shit, how do you say it? Cosmopolitan? The one where he's basically in a limo the entire time, but it was good. Shit. There's a romantic comedy which he just then ends with him. No, sorry, it's a romantic drama which just ends with him getting killed in 9/11. Yeah, it was out of fucking nowhere. Yeah, he's done a lot. I mean, he's done a lot of things, but his main, like, if you want like a good introduction from him as Batman, watch him in Lighthouse because it's insane. It's very. But him, it's like he works. Like, seeing this Bruce Wayne at the funeral and things, and then the first Batman ever to actually acknowledge he has to wear eyeshadow under his mask. Just him with like the panda look after he's taking his mask off and shit.
Yeah.
But, so it starts off with someone being murdered with a horrible way, duct tape wrapped around his head to suffocate him. By a character who probably will turn to be like a really horrible, gritty serial killer Zodiac version of the Riddler. Though I think there's an outside chance of him being another character. We'll get to that after we finish this bit. So that you have Colin Farrell, unrecognizable. I thought he wasn't. I thought I was like, oh, was he not in the trailer? No, he's in the trailer like 3 or 4 shots. He's just in a giant fat suit.
It was Bruce Campbell when I saw it.
It just doesn't look like him at all. It's like, Jesus, they've really just done a number on you. We heard Alfred, but we didn't see him. He's being played by Andy Serkis, aka Gollum and Apes Together Strong. We got to see Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. She's got her liquid cat ears in her mask. I like that. Yeah, it looks great. And then just I didn't realize how violent the trailer was going to be with the.
Sorry.
No, can I finish my thing before you do the whole? So you get the halfway point of the trailer where he has the "Who the hell are you?" and then he just beats this skinny little skinhead with a Joker makeup down like that. And it's like violent as hell. It's like, I'm vengeance. It's like, I'm going to go watch this movie and I'm going to enjoy it a lot.
I mean, at that point, it was like, I mean, I know people are expecting him to say, I'm Batman, but I know he's not going to say it. But I'm also happy with what he did say.
Like, I mean, if you want to start with, if he just keeps going, I'm vengeance, followed by, I am the knight, followed by, I am Batman, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So what were you going to ask me? Got all happy with your clapping? Happy with your clapping?
Well, snapping. But no, it's just that you were just going through the characters, and I realized, oh wait, did we see who was playing Jim Gordon?
Yes. His name. Oh crap! So first off, he's the first actor. Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright. Is that his name? Oh my god, what's his name?
I recognize him. Just trying. What's he in? Oh, he's in Hunger Games. He's in Hunger Games. He's the scientist guy, isn't he?
I love how you went with that. He's also in Westworld. He was okay. I love this. This is the second character he's played that's traditionally played by white actors. That he's a. I need to double check if I got that guy's name right. I'm gonna feel like a complete prick. I love.
Who's the first character?
1 second. Yes, Jeffrey Wright. I love Jeffrey Wright. He's great. So, most people will recognize him from Westworld because that's apparently his big thing right now. Or he also made an appearance in Last of Us Part 2 as a very scary motherfucker. So, this one is playing James Gordon. Once again, traditionally a white character. He is an African-American actor. The first, normally played by a white character because that's where it came from, was Felix Leiter in Casino Royale. Really? No one else watched James Bond movies? Fuck you guys.
Not the original, because I could have told
you. One.
I know, yeah, I watched that. No, but you say the character traditionally white. It's like, yeah, I have no idea who that. I mean,
he's James Bond's best mate who's in the CIA. Back and forth. It was originally written by Ian Fleming. That guy was a bit racist, but not that racist. But still, probably wouldn't have done it because of the time. Hoover was in charge of the CIA, and he was a massive racist. that's a different tangent altogether. So the film looks really cool, and then you get the Nirvana backtrack of the song, like on the Thriller's soundtrack. It's like, oh my god, I want it now! Yay! But we're not getting it for a while because the film was on hold for ages because they had to stop production for fucking Corona.
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
I did love at the very end it only showing in theaters. I'm like, I think they're trying to send a message here.
I mean, they did that with Christopher Nolan's Tenet. Oh, so this is a tiny wee segue, right? So Christopher Nolan's Tenet, it's out soon. It also stars Robert Pattinson. But Robert Pattinson had to go off and do this audition for Batman while working on it. And he was trying to sneak off because, like, I can't really do this. Christopher Nolan just directed all like, you know, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. I can't really, It's like, oh no, I have to go. It's a family emergency. Apparently Nolan looked at him in the eye and went, you're auditioning for Batman, aren't you? Fine. It's like, no, you sneaky bastard. You know of everything. So that's the films we got. For TV-wise, we're going to get a tie-in to the Batman. I think it's a GCPD, which is set like a year before the new movie, and it's going to concentrate on the Gotham City Police Department, though we don't really know much about it. But I find it funny that we're getting that series only a couple of years after Gotham finished, which was the exact same thing. Egerton had to go, alas, so just me and Patrick continuing with this. So we left off talking about the TV stuff, GCPD show. Okay, that's coming out. Hopefully it's good. We've got the
just on that last point. So GCPD. So you made the point there about obviously where Gotham was kind of ending.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, was there ever any point someone saying like, oh yeah, Gotham ending is kind of going to be leading into the Batman?
No, not at all.
No?
Gotham is its own little thing.
No? Okay, fair enough.
Like, entirely. Like, they had some really cool concepts and stuff, but yeah. I did like the Raj Al Ghul, though. It was played by the same actor who played Julian Bashir in Deep Space Nine. He was fun.
He's got the face of a Ra's al Ghul, yes, I'll give him that.
Yeah, you've only watched like Deep Space Nine. Look at him now. He's got the beard, right? You look like, yeah. So anyway, back to what's actually coming out. So we've got the ongoing CW stuff, which is The Flash, which we got a trailer for. It looks great. I have not watched Flash in ages, and I'm pretty sure you've never watched an episode of it. Yep.
No.
There we go. We also have Supergirl, Black Lightning, Legends Tomorrow, Batwoman, which still, they've announced their new lead because Ruby Rose had stepped down, unfortunately. I liked her. The new actress is, and I'm reading this off, and I really hope I pronounce this right, I see a Leslie, and I apologize completely if I mispronounced that. And she's playing as a new character. They'll still be going with the LGBT elements, with that character being an out-and-out lesbian like the previous character, because Batwoman in the comics and TV is a prominent lesbian character. Yay!
Sorry, wait. Is she playing the same Batwoman?
No. Ruby Rose is a very, very pale Australian actress. The new actress is African American, so playing a completely different character.
Okay.
But the same continuity. Then, still no word about the Green Arrow and the Canaries, if that's actually happening, the sequel series to Arrow. No idea if that's happening or not. Though we do now know that DC Universe is dead. That's the DC streaming service. All that's now being moved over to HBO Max. So what we do know...
How long did that last?
Not that long, like a year or two. So we're getting another series of Harley Quinn, which is great because I love that show. It's so much fun.
There's been 2 seasons so far, right?
Yeah, 2. I think just finished the second season. Titans season 3 is coming, which sounds great. So first 2 seasons were out. It's not for everyone, but I enjoyed it. So season 2 ended with Jason Todd retiring as Robin. Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing. The costume looks great. We got a really cool Deathstroke. Sorry, I just realized I spelled something wrong. I had to fix it. My thing is annoying me. But season 2 will introduce Jason Todd becoming the Red Hood and introduce Oracle, aka Barbara Gordon, former Batgirl, who has been put in a wheelchair because of the Joker. And also, I think we're getting another season of Doom Patrol, which I'm really happy about because it's fun and great and lovely, and I just want more. And the end of a fucking cliffhanger, man.
That'll be season 3, right?
Yes, it will, but cliffhanger, which is really annoying. It's like, how did you end like that for the show that is this close to being cancelled every 3 minutes?
That's season 3, is it?
It should be season 3, but seriously,
Right.
It's like they ended like that. And it's like, hey, I want more, you bastards. I want more Brendan Fraser playing a horrible, sweary, borderline sociopathic robot man.
You just described Bender.
He's kind of like Bender, but he can say fuck a lot more. Oh, that show's great. I love it. I want more of it. It's nice. It's like, oh, yeah. Then, okay. Also, DC, Lucifer, part 1 of their final season dropped on Netflix. I watched it all Saturday. It was great. I loved it. I liked it. It's one of those comics. It's like one of those like adaptation comics, which is almost nothing like the comic whatsoever. But it's
in a good or bad way.
It's the same way that it's not. I'm trying to think a good like analogy for it, but there isn't really one. Like the comic is a spin-off from Sandman. It's weird. It's dark. It's surreal as fuck. It deals with heaven and hell and metaphysical shit. But the TV show is a crime of the week police procedural in which Lucifer, aka the devil, helps the police detective solve a crime. It shouldn't work. It should have been shit, but it's great. I love it. I want more of it. But ending soon. Oh, damn it. Though I do like the fact the last big crossover in Infinite Crisis, we finally got to see that Lucifer meet John Constantine in a really snippy back and forth. I was like, oh yeah, it's that guy, and he's the only person ever in that continuity to call Constantine properly, and that pronunciation is Constantine. More you know. So that's the TV and film stuff, which is a lot and cool, and I loved it, and I want more. But we should move on. So
one point I want to ask.
No, you don't.
So.
Just go on.
Yeah, you're right. I don't.
Just ask.
But anyway, so nothing on like Swamp Man being
Swamp Thing. How dare you? You bring up the Heartbreak. The Heartbreak I had to deal with. That show, that amazing, beautiful, amazing show, getting cancelled after its first episode, and you have the gall to bring it up with the word Swamp Man. Swamp Thing, man.
So I'm assuming no good news.
Swamp Thing, no. Stop being renewed. It should be. Like, we got a hashtag Save Lucifer after it was cancelled. Netflix bought it. Netflix buy Swamp Thing. Please. I want it.
I'm just thinking of that Netflix joke in South Park. Hello, Netflix. You're greenlit.
Greenlit Swamp Thing. He's even green. Got that shit. I'm going to talk about it for a few minutes because I can. It's amazing. It's dark. It's horrible. It's gritty. This character somehow got brought to life when he's literally a walking plant. Derek Mears, apologies on the pronunciation, is amazing as the character. His most prominent roles are usually as creatures, like monsters and shit. His most famous one being the reboot of Friday the 13th playing Jason. But he actually got to act, he got to speak, he got to act and do all this makeup and shit. And it was amazing, and I loved it. I only got like half a season. Thank you for bringing it up. I'm going to fucking hang myself to this. I'm depressed now, you bastard.
You're welcome.
Prick. Seriously, though, it's available on Amazon Prime, I think, in the UK. I'd recommend watching it. It's a good show. Good practical effects, mixed with some CGI stuff. Gory as hell. Got some cool characters introduced. Well, of course, Swamp Thing, Abigail Arcane, with... hints at her uncle, who's one of Swamp Thing's big nemesis. You got Blue Devil, played by that fucking actor from Sharknado, but somehow he's good in this. And also Madame Xanadu. Fuck yous all. I love that character in comics. She's great. I wanted to continue on so that him and Constantine can meet and just hate each other. I just want it so badly, Patrick. You don't understand. I need it. I'm okay. Let's drink some water.
Goose Fraba.
What?
Goose Fraba.
What?
Have you never seen Anger Management?
When I was like 12, when it came out.
Okay, it's not that old.
Time to Google. I'm pretty sure it's that old, man. I was a teenager. Where the fuck is my mouse? Where is my mouse? There it is. This. Yeah, we're literally pausing the podcast so I can Google when the fuck Anger Management came out. Wait, there's a TV series?
Fraba. What?
There's a TV series.
No.
Oh, guess what? I wasn't 12, but I was 14. Close enough. 2003.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
I was 12.
Okay, we are. The only thing that we have even remotely connected to DC is that Jack Nicholson played the Joker. Let's move on to games, because we've got two big ones that we all kind of knew was coming, especially the Suicide Squad one, because we got the cool teaser poster. But they both kind of look to be the same game in a weird way. So if Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, and that one is by Rocksteady. They are the developers who made Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins. And this is a kind of direct sequel or follow-up to Arkham Knight. So Batman is dead. Everyone knows he's Bruce Wayne. And that shit. What we've seen from the trailer is that it's Task Force X, what the fuck back from? Task Force X being dropped into Metropolis during a Brainiac invasion with Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark. All having fun. I love King Shark. He's great. And then Superman turns up and he kills a guy. And then turns out they have to kill Superman. Even though he's like, my lasers are purple for some reason, because I'm probably being controlled by Brainiac. Or I'm a clone or some bullshit. I can see that being a thing where they technically kill the Suicide Squad, but don't. Or the technical Justice League, but don't. It looks fun. For some reason, they give Deadshot a jetpack, which I'm okay with. Captain Boomerang doesn't use his boomerang to kill anyone, he just uses it to teleport, which makes sense since he's a Flash villain. We didn't get to see any gameplay trailer, just a concept thing. And it looks fun. I like the colors. Very colorful. Metropolis looks cool because this developer's only done Gotham. That's all they've done so far for DC. So
Gotham and Metropolis are kind of polar opposites in a sense.
Yeah, so it'd be really cool because they really did nail a lot of Gotham. Like its architecture, its layout, its geography.
Like Gothic it is.
Wait for this thing to cut the my screen and boom! Also, kind of, especially Asylum. So I'm kind of wondering how they're going to take that kind of nitty and gritty down to the small detail and do Metropolis, because that'll be fun. They've also said Metropolis is going to act like a fifth character. The only gameplay thing we heard about was that this game can be played single player, in which you can change independently during gameplay between the characters. So it's a squad-based DC game. Let's talk about the other squad-based DC game, which also revolves around Batman being dead. That is Gotham Knights, which, weirdly enough, has nothing to do with the previous canon, even though it feels like it should. Batman has just died, like the end of Arkham Knight, but it's not the end of Arkham Knight. And you can play as Batgirl, Robin. I think it's Tim Drake Robin, even though he looks like Damian, but he has in the actual gameplay we got to see. He wears a cowl like Red Robin, which is Tim Drake, Nightwing, and Red Hood. From the gameplay demo they released, it looks very similar to the Arkham games, combat-wise. The leveling system looks a bit different though, because every enemy is literally leveled. Like, there's a level 1 enemy, there's a level 7 enemy, etc. Also vehicles. We got to see bat bikes, very similar to the Batpaw that was in the Dark Knight, which is cool because that's a really cool bike. I like it. I want one. Vroom vroom, motherfucker. Both of those games. But they're still really weirdly similar. You know?
So when you're saying it's like a squad-based game, like XCOM or
No,
more
no, no,
like
no, no. I
Dragon
mean,
Age,
no, no.
or
I mean, like, imagine the gameplay style of the Arkham games, but it's co-op. Yeah, that's what we're getting from the Gotham Knights. I don't know how they're doing the Suicide Squad game, but I'm imagining it's going to be very similar. These games could be ridiculously similar when they come out. Like,
probably using this. I mean, sorry, are they by the same companies or different companies?
no. Okay, so the one which is canon with everything else, that's Suicide Squad. That's by Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, right?
Yeah. The Gotham Knights, the developers, have worked on one Arkham game. That was Arkham Origins. This is Warner Brothers Montreal. This is where I don't know why it's always considered the black sheep of the Arkham games when it's one of the better ones. Like I know Arkham Knights, the end all.
I've not played any of the Arkham games.
Have you not? Okay, we've got to do stream night, or at least after we finish. Okay, we're currently doing Dark Souls 3. Once we eventually get through Dark Souls 3, we're slowly making progress. We've done 3 bosses. 3 bosses? Yeah, you killed that tree.
I killed a tree. I chopped it down.
Bastard. So once we get through that, I don't know. I'll let you play Arkham Asylum. It's really fun. So yeah, they're the 2 games that got announced. We'll get to see some of. Are you looking forward to either of them?
Sorry?
Are you okay there?
No, sorry, no, just clearing my throat there.
Are you looking forward to either of them?
I'll put it this way. I mean, I haven't played it because I don't think they're good games. They just don't seem like my kind of games, you know? I mean, I probably would enjoy them if I was sitting down to play them, but I would just never. I'd probably enjoy it playing them, but I'd never be thinking, "Oh, I want to go get that game," you know?
Yeah. Fortunately, it's the same way I'm playing with that current Avengers game. Because I played the beta. I played a lot of the beta, and it's like it's a good, solid, okay. Nothing's jumping out to me. Go, oh, I'm actually going to go buy this game when I have money. It's like,
Same here.
You know, like it was fun to play. And I think it'd be fun to play with friends, but I don't really want. Okay, no, I would love a game which would be: here's a single player experience. This is made for you. It's fun single player, but by the way, you can enjoy it with friends if you like. You know, not many games. Very rarely do we get that. It's either
Dead Space 3 kind of did that, actually. I mean, never minding, you know.
Sure, it's still not the best game. Eventually, we'll play it. You know, I've got Dead Space 3 somewhere. We'll get a spare Xbox and we'll play it sometime. We could bitch about the entire thing. They ruined the franchise by making it snowy or whatever. But yeah, we very rarely get co-op games that work when you're by yourself. Or co-op games with a good story. Like, I know eventually Destiny got good. And Diablo's co-op is apparently really fun, even though the developers are bastards. But, you know, yeah, the whole thing with China. Very rarely do you get a good mix. And that's the reason I'm a bit wary about these kind of games. Like, oh, I love DC Universe, I love the comics and shit, but it's like, just don't ruin the games. I don't want more games to play where I play a superhero. They're great. Unfortunately, there has been some stuff with the comics recently, which sucks. One, a lot of titles got delayed because of COVID.
Yeah.
Understandably. Like, a lot of titles which either supposed to begin, either being cancelled or delayed to no end. Like, the next big event in DC was supposed to be 5G, but that might not happen anymore. Then the other week, right before the Fandome thing, Warner Brothers were the dick move where they just did layoffs across the company with DC Comics. It's like, oh, that sucks. But when it comes to the comics, other than having a few artists and writers speak about individual characters, the only real news we got was from John Ridley. So John Ridley, he is a screenwriter. I think his biggest credit is being 12 Years a Slave. He is going to be doing a Batman comic in 2021 with the artist Nick Darrington. Darrington. I want to say Darrington. I apologize if that's not your name, but that's not your name. Who I mean, he did Doom Patrol. I love Doom Patrol comics, and yeah. So what they said about that one, it's going to be the next Batman, a person who's taking up like another person being Batman, and they said it may be a African American playing him. And it's like, look, after all the stuff we've had with other people coming Batman, I'm okay with this comic. It should be fun. Now, with 5G, the event which may not happen, the whole point was to be the fifth generation of heroes, like the next generation of DC Comics. This would be a time jump. Batman would have a successor, and originally it was supposed to be Lucas Fox, the son of Lucius Fox, who he's the guy who usually does Batman's kit and stuff, who is currently playing Batwing. So him taking on the mantle would have been cool. The other rumor was that the character he's currently playing, is it Signal? I forget the character's actual name. He's a metahuman who works for Batman in the Batman family. He's pretty cool. But he's actually got
Never
power
heard of
to
him.
release energy. Oh, he's cool. He came up in a lot of Scott Snyder stuff. That Superman retiring with John Kent, Superman's son, becoming the new main Superman. It's really like next generation, new heroes and new people taking on the identities. But that might not be happening anymore. It really sucks because all this was kind of set up, especially at the end of Doomsday Clock, where they literally, this year this is going to happen, this year this is going to happen, this year this is going to happen. And no, it might not. I'm really sad because that was a big thing at the end of Doomsday Clock was, they mentioned so much, like, Batman's daughter is going to go searching for Batman's son, or back and forth.
Batman has a daughter?
Catwoman is currently pregnant in the comics. Yeah, they're going to have a baby. Yeah, that's adorable. Like, seriously, the reaction is she's like an MRI machine. She's like, go on, just tell me it's not a tumor. And he looks at her and goes, well, it's not a tumor. And he says a big smile on his face, and she's like, oh no. Yeah. So she might, like, everyone's really hoping. Didn't bump into the microphone. Bumped into the table. The microphone is on.
That's how good it is.
Yeah. So that's all that thing. But I really hope something happens because one of the things was hinted at in the future and Doomsday Clock was that Superman will have to battle Thor, the old god. It's like, well, that sounds cool. But then he will fight a green giant who can shatter mountains with a fist. Like, are you doing another Marvel versus DC? Because I'd fucking love that. Seriously. No, because the big point was the green giant who will sacrifice his life to create like reality. And it's like, and there's a lot of like hints back and forth in both Marvel and DC that there might be something brewing. Like in the recent Thor run, Thor has to team up with Galactus to stop this. I think it's like the Black Winter or something. I can't remember the exact name. And it shows you another multiverse, another Earth getting taken out by this thing. And they very, very much hinted that a version of the Justice League got fucking wiped out by this thing. And it's like, just do it like Marvel DC. Just do another crossover. I loved the one in the 90s. We've talked about it before. I loved it. It's stupid, but it's one of those things that's great to see. You know, it's like, here's one a fight between Superman and Hulk. Sure. It's great. I want more of it because it's fun. And I want it to be canon in both. Because that's all I want. Just everyone to acknowledge that everything exists.
I mean, I suppose that's impressive given how long DC and Marvel have both been going, and it's like that there's never really been any actual canon to say, hey, Clark, remember that time we punched Captain America in the face?
Yeah, I want that. Because it's only reboots and shit. Like, to be fair, there's been a few times that, like, there was a time that Marvel almost bought DC. Not DC. Only its core Justice League members. Marvel almost bought that. So that was like back in the 80s, maybe? So, you know, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, Green Lantern. Who else is... Booster Gold, I don't know. All these characters could have been Marvels. And then there's all things that with rumors that DC Comics might be being sold again by Warner Brothers. And it's like, who the fuck's going to buy it? Maybe Disney. It's like, okay, that's terrifying, but also
I mean,
give
let's
me more
face it.
crossover.
I mean, you say that, it's like, you know, when Disney was buying Star Wars, like, is Star Wars going to feature in Kingdom Hearts? It's like 3. It's like, okay. Disney buying DC. Is Batman going to feature in it? I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, thing is, if it does happen, even if it's just a crossover between both companies, I would love a return, even if it's the special way they did for the Amalgam comics. Because they were stupid and they were great. And I'd love to see new characters like being thrown together like that. Oh, so much.
Just actually, I was about to say, like, just yeah, I was going to ask, just while we're on the topic of DC Comics, Combo Man, was he ever mentioned? And I went, wait, hold on a second, Combo Man's Marvel? Never mind.
No, unfortunately. Though weirdly enough, because of the last crossover, the big one in the 90s, there's a character called Conduit, who is owned by both Marvel and DC. They share ownership of one character. He's called Conduit.
Is he used?
No. Well, he's like a couple of times, like JLA versus Avengers kind of thing. But then again, because of those comics, we got some amazing events. Like knowing that both Superman and Wonder Woman are worthy enough to pick up the Mjolnir.
Sorry, Superman is?
Yeah, of course. Okay, out of everyone in the entirety of the multiverse, Superman is of course worthy to pick up fucking Thor's hat. Captain America can pick up the fucking hammer.
No. It's not that. It's not that. It's just more my thought of, if Superman could pick it up, could Batman?
Okay, what the fuck? I've got another time running out thing coming up. Like another thing. Yeah. Okay, if you don't know, we don't use the upgraded version of Zoom to record these podcasts, but apparently you now need to pay for it to have 2 people fucking talking.
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, this might be the last episode that we record on Zoom. Fuck Zoom. So we now have a time limit at the top there. Hopefully, well, unless that's not recorded, but fuck, it might be. Yeah, we have 9.5 minutes. Let's fucking wind this up. We now have literally a ticking clock. Because Zoom is a bastard.
No pressure.
So, because we talk about this one with the John Ridley doing a Batman successor story, possibly might be non-canon now because 5G might not happen, but still, let's talk about some of Batman's successors because honestly, we've had some really fucking fun ones. Either successors or an alternate version. The most famous one being Terry McGinnis from the Batman Beyond TV series. Who now is canon in the comics because there's been crossovers. Yay! But he now has his own little like segue, possible alternate universe thing where his comics are still going. And he was fun. I loved him. Like he shouldn't have. Like that whole concept shouldn't have worked. By the way, it's Batman, but in the future.
But it was from the same guys who did the Batman cartoons.
Yeah,
so
Batman. So they're the same guys who did Batman, Adventure Superman, and pardon me. Just like Unlimited and Static Shock. It's a character who needs to come back. He needs to come back. He's great.
I very much enjoyed that cartoon.
Yeah, it's more. He's also in DC. He's fucking canon. He got a comic in the New 52 and then they cancelled it. He hasn't come back yet. Bring him back. Then we got one of the more famous one during the Nightfall. That's big breaking Batman over his knee. That was Jean-Paul Vallée, aka Azrael. I apologize. I got a weird tickly cough there. Oh no, I'm going to die. He was the uber blue armor with the pouches everywhere, uber violent, basically turned into Batman Punisher. He still pops up every now and again. He's cool, but he was very, very OTT, over the top. Yeah. Then, of course, we've got the alternate versions, like alternate futures, where we both got Tim Drake, Third Robin, whose Batman is a psychopath who runs around with the gun that killed Thomas and Martha Wayne because he's nuts. We got the Damian Wayne alternate one from the Hell Apocalypse version with the fucking duster coat and everything, and he might be immortal. He is a scary bastard. His one might never happen, but fuck, he was creepy as hell. Then we got the second sequel to fucking The Dark Knight Returns, where Carrie Kelly technically became Batman. Kind of.
Which one's Carrie Kelly? The
Robin.
female Robin?
Yes. Well,
Right.
one of the female Robins. There's been a few now. There was a very fun one, which technically Clark Kent. This was an Elseworlds one where Kal-El's little ship didn't land in the middle of nowhere. It landed on the property of the stately Wayne Manor, and then it's like, hey, let's adopt this kid instead of having one. And then during the alley where Thomas and Martha Wayne are gunned down, he lasers the shit out of Joe Chill with his heat vision, and then becomes Batman with superpowers. It was great. And then
That just sounds like Homelander.
honestly, a wee bit.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I'm so sorry. I have a dry throat. Hopefully I'm not dying.
I mean, is there? I mean, I know there's been obviously there's been like an alternate Batman where he's basically Superman as such.
Yeah,
and then Superman's Batman.
Yeah, kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
And of course, then of course we have Thomas Wayne with Flashpoint, who is a bastard. Because shit, all the stuff recently with the fucking City of Being, he's the reason Alfred's dead.
Yeah. Then there's of course Dick Grayson being
Grayson
Batman for a while.
Okay, wait, a second. Dick Grayson was one of saving for last. Do you know why?
Oh.
He's the best Batman. He's better than Bruce Wayne.
Why?
This is after he was. This is after Batman R.I.P. Final Crisis, where Batman died, either in a helicopter crash or by Darkseid. Depends who you ask. It's because he wasn't a brooding Batman. He wasn't a I am the knight. He was a Batman who enjoyed his life. He enjoyed being here. He enjoyed helping people. He was happy. In fact, one of the issues in it was, I think it was in Detective Comics, Two-Face works out he's not the real Batman because he's smiling during the fight. You know, he's got a healthy mind. He's not dragged down by guilt and remorse and vengeance. He's actually really healthy. But the best bit is, there's your happy-go-lucky Batman. But then you have Damian Wayne as Robin being the uber broody psychopath, which in that run, he ties the Joker to a chair and then beats him up with a crowbar because he finds it ironic. By the way, the moment I started to love Damian Wayne as a character, Graham Morrison, thank you so much, introduced him as a little shit, like seriously, an annoying little shit, but then have him tie the Joker to a chair and then beat him up with the same crowbar he used to kill Jason Todd. Yes.
Yeah, you can almost imagine Dick Grayson bursting in, snatching a crowbar off and saying it's like, Robin, you can't do that. Why not? Because I wanted to do it.
To be fair, here's the thing. Dick Grayson is if someone everyone killed the Joker, I honestly think it's going to be Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Because, let's say, one, he's got to watch his father figure get tortured by the psychopath more or less his entire adult life. Yeah. Two, his successor, Jason Todd, got killed by him, and he's got to see the emotional trauma that happened. One, the love of his life got crippled by him.
Yep.
Seriously. Killing Joke, it's very hard. It's a really hard comic to read these days. So yeah, I honestly think Dick Grayson would be the one to take him out. And I will happily read the shit out of that. Anyway, so we have
3 minutes
left. 3 minutes left, yes. The ticking clock, which I don't know is going to be recorded or not. So let's leave
attention. One question just before we actually do finish off. So, to give a bit of perspective, right? So you think of Spider-Man, obviously all his powers, right? And then you think of Miles Morales, which has all Spider-Man's powers, but a few extra ones, right? Yeah. So speaking of successors, has there been a successor to Batman where he had a superpower? Like you're talking about Signal?
Not really. Apart from Dick Grayson has more abilities because he literally came from a circus.
I mean actual super.
No one's ever had superpowers except for Damian Wayne for a little bit. Though in his Ultimate Future one, he may have been able to deal with the devil where he might be immortal. Yeah. So that was a weird one. He might have a demonic thing. Anyway, so that's us going to end this now. This is technically the penultimate episode of season 1. Next week, we're going to do a final episode, maybe get some people on and not record it with Zoom because Zoom is a bastard. But yeah, it's been fun. This format might change a wee bit. We might not have a topic of the week. It might be more of our social thing. But we're still working on that. Once again, you can always find us every week on Twitch. Currently, we're playing Dark Souls 3, which has been
harrowing.
Kicking my arse. Though, do you know what? Screw it. Last week, you got to watch me survive the Wizard Gimp. Wizard Gimps. They come through the darkness. The safe word is Alakazam.
I mean, just the context, the context being missing there.
Yeah. Also, Big Barda. Anyway, so you can catch us every Thursday, twitch.tv/this is my code. Of course, please head over to the site, vindicast.co.uk, for more content like this, and also some more stuff that we're doing. Anyway, that is us. Literally, we got told it less than a minute left because Zoom is a bastard. Have a good night. We love you. Bye!